Welcome. Thank you for coming today for a very special occasion. Today we'll begin a new era for UCF women's basketball, a program that generates incredible excitement, NCAA tournament appearances, and today we welcome Coach Messer and her family. A round of applause. It's a special day for them. Welcome, Coach. Yeah. It's an incredible, exciting time at UCF for the athletic program, with many programs enjoying great success, and of course what lies ahead for UCF as we continue to grow and compete on a national level. Today you'll get a chance to hear from our new coach, as well as others that made today possible. Let's begin in someone that is a huge supporter of UCF athletics, there for so many games, behind the scenes helping this brand grow on a national level at this incredible university. Please welcome President Alex Cartwright.
Thank you so much, Mark. This is such a thrilling day for our women's basketball program, our university, and all of Knight Nation. And I want to thank you for joining us in person, and those of you joining us online, as we welcome Coach Sytia Messer and her entire family to the UCF family. Before we talk more about Coach Messer, I want to first congratulate student athletes of this year's team for their stellar achievements on and off the court and in the classroom. I also want to thank Coach Abe and her entire staff for all they did for this institution. We're also extremely proud of the support we get from Knight Nation. I know we will build on our tremendous momentum under the leadership of Coach Messer, further elevating our program and our university on the national stage. Coach Messer, we are also excited to see how you, your coaches, and our student athletes will further elevate our women's basketball program. I am confident that together, you will create an amazing experience for the students, thrill our fans, and make Knight Nation proud. Coach Messer, of course I could go on and on about your accomplishments, but I'll leave that to our athletic director, Terry, who will actually do the highlighting. And I'm delighted that so many of your 7 siblings are with us here today, and I hope that all of your 20-plus nieces and nephews join in cheering on the Knights at games. So that Melinda and I can meet them and have additional people who are just as anxious to see us win as we are. Our women's basketball program is truly in outstanding hands, and we couldn't be more excited about our future. Welcome to our UCF family and to Knight Nation. Coach Messer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's my honor to turn this over to our athletic director, Terry Mohaja, who's also our vice president and director of athletics, and acknowledge the tremendous work that he put into making today possible. Terry.
All right, what a great day, huh? It's fantastic, right? Thank you for being here, all over the country, coming in here last night. So thank you for your time and effort to get here. Thank you, Dr. Cartwright. We appreciate your council's support. Can't say enough about the alignment we have in the university leadership and the support that we have for intercollegiate athletics at this university. Thank you always for your counsel and your support. First, I'd like to congratulate Coach Abe and her staff, and especially our student athletes again, our ladies on the women's basketball team. Yes. I told you before, you are the foundation builders of this program, and you were the first to do something. Be the first. I talk about be the first. You were the first to do something very special, and you definitely have laid the foundation for many great teams to come. So thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I would also like to thank some people to help me vet some candidates. I'd like to first by start he's not a doctor, he's coach. Coach Rich Savosic. Raise your hand over there, Rich, right there. Thank you. Dr. Abby Wilson, Deputy Senior Women's Administrator, right there. And then Chris McFarland, correct, Chris? Right there. Definitely, Chris conducted, he's also the women's basketball sports admin, and he conducted the lion's share of the logistics during this transition. He is super organized. Good job, Chris, you did a great job. This was a national search, and we had a lot of fantastic candidates in the pool. It took a few days to talk to some of the candidates, because some of the candidates were playing in the NCAA tournaments, not only the NCAA, but also the WNIT. After conducting the Zoom interviews, we realized that our pool was really, really strong, and how we have elevated this women's basketball program. We felt like we could hire any of the candidates that we had preliminary interviews with. And after all the Zooms and watching all the interviews, the features, the social media accounts, we started gravitating to one candidate. We just felt like we could talk to her all day and all night. We even tried it during the Zoom. I even tried to keep her on. It's like, you got any more questions, Sytia? She's like, well, I'm good. I was like, no, you sure you don't have any more questions, right, Chris? I was like, we just kind of wanted to keep talking to her. We wanted to keep talking to her, and then we brought her in this past Friday and experienced the same type of feelings with her. She has a great story to tell. I'm sure she'll tell that about her family and her upbringing, and it aligns with what we feel is our relevant core principles every single day. That is, through education, a degree, and a career, you can change your environment, but more importantly, change your family circumstances for life. And as you can see, and you will see, she has a smile that can light up the room, right? So, besides her infectious personality, let me tell you there's more to Coach Messer. How about by the numbers? Let's talk about some of her accomplishments, right? I got a long list here, so anybody need water? I might need some in the middle of this. So, Coach Messer, 22 years of college coaching, 3 years as a head coach at Tennessee Tech, 8 years in the Big 12 at Baylor, 6 years in the ACC at Georgia Tech, and last year in the SEC at LSU. Her accomplishments she has coached includes an NCAA title in 2019, where the Baylor Bears were 37-1. 11 NCAA championship appearances, 6 NCAA Elite 8 appearances, 8 regular season Big 12 titles, and 1 conference title in the Ohio Valley Conference when she was at Tennessee Tech, and she was also Coach of the Year when she was the head coach. 6 Big 12 tournament titles, 260 combined wins at Baylor in 8 seasons, top 10 finishes in 9 years, AP top 10 finishes, 73 all Big 12 players, 20 All-American honorees, 5 Big 12 Players of the Year, 2 and 1 year all SEC players, 26 academic all Big 12 selections, 26 overall NCAA tournament wins. I do need some water, don't I? I do, don't I? Thank you. As a recruiter, let's talk as a recruiter, as a standout recruiter, she has helped sign the #1 recruiting classes in 2016 and 2018, and the new #2 recruiting class in 2015. She has recruited 15 of the top 50 players in women's basketball, 14 McDonald's and high school All-Americans, and she had 4 players that were selected in 2nd, 3rd, and 7th, and 12th in the WNBA draft. So I'd say we got a pretty good coach, right? I'd say so far, right? As a player, she was a guard. As a player, as a guard, she led the University of Arkansas to the Final Four as I think it was an 8 seed? 6 seed? 8 seed, which is very difficult to do. 8 seed. She was also MVP of the NCAA West Regional, which puts her in the elite playing category. She also helped Arkansas win the WNIT title as a senior. She was inducted into the Arkansas Hall of Fame in 2018. She is from Waldo, Arkansas, the youngest. She's the youngest of 8 children, and her family is here, and I thank you for coming. It's been wonderful to see you. So, I am proud to announce the right coach at the right time. Your new head women's basketball coach, Sytia Messer.
Turn it around. Turn it around.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Woo! Well, good afternoon, and thank you to everyone that's here. I definitely appreciate you coming out. What an exciting time it is to be at UCF. We are excited. This is going to be great. I know you guys want to probably get to the questions and different things, so I'm going to give you just a quick rundown about me. But before I do that, I just want to say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for this moment. What a moment, what a moment. So I've always heard that in Orlando, that this is the city that you come to when you want dreams to come true. Well, guess what? My dream just became true. I would like to express my appreciation to Dr. Cartwright. Thank you for believing in me. You guys, Terry, thank you so much for believing in me. As we can see, fan attendance is going to go up right here. We got half the state. We got to get Gus to come on. Arkansas, we have a little reunion. Half the state is there. So, but thank you guys so much for this opportunity. And in our communication, in our meetings, I can tell that my passion, my vision for these students and athletes align with yours. It really do aligns with yours. And so I'm so happy about that. I am excited too, just to be a part of the family from the past history of head coaches that have come through here and done a tremendous job and laid the foundation for this school. And I'm just proud to be in that sorority and be a part of that family, rather. And I want to thank each student athlete that's played or competed or graduated from here. I am excited about this new era, and I want to do this collectively as a family. I can't wait to reach out and have the support and let you know how proud it is to be a part of this family. And I really would like to now talk to my players. I want you guys to understand that with me, I'm excited about building this journey with you, with getting relationships and going through this journey with you. I know I believe in a couple things. The first thing is I want us to win on the court. I want us to win in the classroom, and I want us to win in this community. We're going to do those things. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. I also, we talk about the basketball side too. I've been fortunate to play and lead a team to a Final Four. I've been fortunate to help a team win a national championship. So I know what it takes to win. And as I was mentioning about our previous coaches, they have set the foundation, and I'm here to enhance it. So let's do this together. Let's do this together. Three things I look for: character, academics, and basketball. Character, because I'm invested. I'm invested in people collectively. I'm invested in this community. And we have to remember that the next generation is watching us. So character is very important to me. Academics, because I have to prepare you guys for life beyond the court. So we have to be able to do that. Here's a quote you hear me say all the time. It's nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. We talked about that earlier. And so those pieces are going to be very, very important to me. Your character, your academics. Now I said basketball last, but it's definitely not least. Okay, let's talk about that. Basketball is definitely not least. My staff and I, we're going to be able to, number one, we got to develop players. You have to. You got to know what you're doing as a coach, being able to develop you guys. Number two, recruiting is essential. And thank God I know a little bit about that, just a little bit. It's essential. So we're going to be able to do those things from a basketball standpoint. And you're used to championships. I'm used to championships. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And speaking of last but not least, I would like to thank my family for being here. Now, I know we're in a hurry, so I'm not going to go through every name, or I can go through nicknames real quickly. But I like to thank my family for being here. I am the youngest of 8. I have my sisters here. I have 2 of my brothers here. And we come from a small town, Waldo, Arkansas. And you know, you might as well say the joke, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? So we come from a small town, but from a big heart. I come from a 2-parent home where my mother and father instilled in us the importance of faith, the importance of your character. Your word is your bond. Don't let anybody outwork you. Those type of things is the background that I come from. And as you can tell, we made this transition pretty quickly. And Terry, I was like, hey, my family is important to me. We gotta figure out, you know, make sure they're on board with all this. And Terry's like, bring them down. So after American was out of seats, out of New York, all the tickets, we would have had a couple more. They just didn't have any more seats in American Airlines. Chris, you can attest to that. But we got them down, and I thank you for that, because as you can see, for me to be my home, I'm with them, and they're with me. And they're excited about this transition. I'm excited about it. And I just want you guys to know that let's do this. Let's enhance it and go to the next level. Thank you. Go Knights.
If you have questions for Coach, just raise your hand, and one of our staff will bring the microphone. So.
Coach, well, welcome to UCF.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you just kind of tell us what attracted you to this job? All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, can you just kind of talk more about when you saw the job opening, when Terry reached out, what were some of the initial things that jumped out at you about this job?
Well, number one, I've always, like I was talking to the players earlier, I've been a basketball junkie, so I know about UCF and the history and just the success we've had here for women's basketball. So that's one of the attractions. Also, and speaking with Terry and his vision and his expectation, again, it aligns with mine. And so that was attractive. And then having over 20 nieces and nephews with Disney World, that sealed the deal. That did it. They was like, hey, Tim, you coming?
Coach Rachel, right here.
Okay, hi.
Kendra Douglas with Watch 2 Sports. Of course, the big also attraction is the fact that UCF is going to the Big 12, so it's a conference you're very familiar with. Can you speak a little bit about how this kind of is a seamless transition for you, and do you feel like you kind of have an advantage that you can kind of help these girls kind of with the competition that comes with the Big 12? Do you kind of see that that would be a key for you coming in here?
Well, that's a great question. Thank you. Yes, I spent 8 years in the Big 12 at Baylor. Had a chance to be under one of the best to ever do it, and that's Coach Kim Mulkey. We had an opportunity to win a national championship and multiple Big 12 regular season and tournament championships. So I'm excited. That was another attraction to this job, is being able to go back to the Big 12. I'm very familiar with it. In my opinion, some of the best coaches in the country are in the Big 12. You wait until our players become from sunny Orlando and going to cold Ames, Iowa. So we're definitely, I gotta make sure, one of the advantages, let's pack a jacket, cold. And two, just, I'm familiar with Coach Finley. I'm familiar with Ray Reagan at TCU and just their style of play. So our transition from that standpoint is an advantage, and I'm looking forward to that.
Coach Jason Beatty with the Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Jason.
I'm curious, you were head coach before Tennessee Tech, and obviously you served as an assistant coach at Baylor. Why did you feel like you were ready to be a head coach again?
Why did I feel like I would? I'm sorry.
You were ready to be a head coach again.
Oh, okay.
Why did you want to be a head coach again?
Yes. Yes, well, let me answer it this way, in the way that you said that I'm ready again. I'm ready because I have the experience. I've been a head coach, and when I took over at Tennessee Tech, we were 9-14. I inherited a team that was 9-14. My first year, we finished 4th in the OVC. My second year, we won the OVC conference regular season. I was fortunate to be coach of the year there. And every year we were in the championship games, 2 of my 3 years at Tennessee Tech. And the second part of that is I've had experience in every level of coaching, from the scouting to the recruiting to budget to hiring. So I'm prepared, I'm ready. And I also, I listen to my heart, I listen to God, and there was, as Terry mentioned, even on the Zoom, we didn't want to get away from each other. It was just like, it was a natural connection. And so I knew this was the place for me.
Coach, right here, Shane Whitehead, WFTV. Style of play. The press is in these ladies' lifeblood. What is your philosophy on that? Will you continue it? What's your X's and O's?
Well, I will say this, defense wins championships. So I'm going to continue the defense intensity that's already enhanced in here. But the way that I recruit and style is I'm going to go out and recruit young ladies that can play multiple positions. I want you to be able, if you get the rebound, you push it up. Transition, quick baskets, that's key. So we want to be able to, from a decent defensive standpoint, create easy baskets and then multiple positions for our players to play in recruiting.
Hi again, Brandon Helwig with Rivals.com. You spent 9 years with Coach Mulkey at Baylor, obviously the last year at LSU. What did you learn from that experience, and how's that going to help you be a better head coach at UCF?
Well, I think any time that you spend 9 years under a Hall of Fame coach like Coach Kim Mulkey, you can't walk away without being a better coach. And so a lot of things I learned from Coach. First of all, she's a mother. She's a family lady. So I learned the importance of family. I learned how to win by having that family. Our preparation, and I'll do the same thing here. Our preparation, we prep for Grambling State just as hard as we prep for UConn. So you never take days off. You don't take anything for granted. You come prepared, you're organized, you're able to communicate and get the players to buy into your vision. And those are just a few things I learned from Coach Mulkey.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your success of getting here. And over the weekend, you got the Final Four and getting an opportunity to hear some of these coaches and finding out where they came from. Don Staley, head coach for South Carolina, wins a national title, and they asked her, who were some of those people in your life? You playing at the highest level and coaching at the highest level, who have been some of those bedrocks for you that have helped you get to where you are today?
That's a great question. And first of all, congratulations to Don Staley on winning that national championship. I was excited to see that she won. And it's funny, I told Chris this, I think they played, South Carolina played at 7 p.m. Central Time. At 9:30, I get a text message from Don Staley texting me and saying, congratulations, what a great opportunity, what a great university, go get it done. And so she's definitely someone I'm going to lean on to, along with having, Coach Mulkey and different people like that. And so I'm excited about, having those type of women in my circle. But Dunwoody, I think it means a lot, and she has paved the way. She's paved the way for a lot of African American females in coaching, and she's definitely someone I look up to.
Coach, welcome to UCF. My name is Bryson Turner from the Black and Gold Banneret. I just wanted to ask, since this is your first head coaching job since your time at Tennessee Tech, what is the difference between the Sytia Messer that was a head coach at Tennessee Tech versus the Sytia Messer we see now in front of us as a head coach of the UCF Knights?
Well, the gray hair now is one. I have more gray than I had then. But the difference is the experience. So I go and I run my own program, win, and choose to leave on my own at Tennessee Tech to get to a higher level. Because my ultimate goal was to win a national championship. That's the connection with Baylor and Kim Mulkey. And so the difference is I know what the pieces it takes from your staff, who you hire, what you hire, your weakness, your strengths, those kind of things. I know the difference from that. I know the evaluation with players differently. Academics, the accountability in that standpoint. So I would say experience and being able to run a program already as an associate head coach under Kim and getting it done.
Coach, in the press conference today, you've got a lot on your plate. What are your next steps? Meeting with the team, recruiting, hiring a staff. What's going to be next for you?
Well, I met with the team, and we're going to do individual meetings here soon. Hiring the staff, I have people in mind, people I'm talking to, and recruiting. Recruiting is next weekend. So I'm going by the bookstore, picking up some t-shirts, and we're going to get out and get it done. Get it done.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate everybody coming out today. If anybody has any additional questions, Terry's going to be available. Coach has some obligations as well, but thank everybody for coming out today. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Jersey. Okay.